call our meeting to order. This is the regular meeting of the Ankeny City Council for Monday, November 5th, 2012. I knew about the project. I learned of the casino project the same time that the council knew about that. Let me, with a show of hands, just kind of take a quick poll. How many of you here regarding the proposed development of by Wild Rose Entertainment? Okay, I'm gonna. How many are in opposition of the Wild Rose project? I think you just spoke to the council.
The agreement that was passed last week acknowledges the developer's legal right to move through the process required by the municipal code, a legal right that any developer has, whether there is an agreement or not. The agreement does not state, and it could not state, how the council will vote on any matter that may be before them at a later date. If the developer decides to bring forth a rezoning request, they will move through the normal process that is established by the code. That will be first to go through the Planning and Zoning Commission, at which you will have an opportunity through a public hearing to again make your statements to the Planning and Zoning Commission before they make a recommendation to the council. And then at a subsequent date, there will actually be another public hearing before the council, at which time they would hear all comments against and for that rezoning proposal. So we just want to make sure that it is very clear that it just acknowledged the right to go through the process, and there will be many opportunities down the road for you to also make your position known to the council as well as the Planning and Zoning Commission.
I'm the mother of 5 children, and ironically, my husband and I moved several years ago from the Southeast Polk School District, where Prairie Meadows Casino is located. We did not move here looking for a regional destination to live in. We moved here because we knew of Ankeny's reputation as a friendly, safe community and one that had great schools, and we wanted those things for our children. The introduction of a casino into the Ankeny landscape is not in the best interest of my family or any other family in this community. I think the most important determinant to my family quality of life has to do with values. Ample research that supports the fact that casinos are degrading to family values such as honesty and self-control and the wise use of money and resource.
I would like to ask the question, why has the Iowa Department of Economic Development not seen fit to do a whole lot of casinos in Polk County? Furthermore, I'd like to ask the question why Urbandale, if this was such a great idea, saw fit to pull it almost as fast as they could put the proposal forward. I think the answer is because this project is as risky as the slot machines and the gaming tables that they would like to sell us on. And you know, it didn't take me a whole lot of digging this weekend to pull some very interesting facts that I think would be of interest to the council as you weigh your decisions. I found actually no less than 27 different studies, articles, and editorials that have been put forth by business leaders, professors, and other people with an vested interest in these matters, all of which counted costs that may not be apparent when we just talk about $800,000 from gaming or a couple million from property taxes. Let me point out 2 that are especially interesting. A study was done in Iowa of similar-sized cities, of ones that had casinos and ones that didn't. They took a look at retail sales growth from before a casino and after, and by the numbers that I ran, they saw upwards of 60% reduction in retail sales growth. Now, if I take the information that was available on the City of Ankeny's website and I count that, the year after this casino opens, you can expect $20 million to be gone from the retail facilities in Ankeny.
How this came about, none of us knew about it till it was actually a voting situation. All the time I've lived here since '92, you see everything splattered on the Press Citizen, and way in advance of everything. And this seemed like it came in during the night of darkness. And perception's bad, and perception is real. And a lot of our people feel that way. And I don't think we're well representative of the people that we vote into office as representing us well. There's also a rumor out there that this is already contractual, that it's binding and we're stuck on a loop for this. This isn't going to help our retail, our local businesses at all. People that go to the casino, stay in the casino, they eat at the casino.
Being a certified financial planner, I can tell you that no financial plan includes gambling. It's not part of a long-term financial plan. It's a form of entertainment. It's a form of taxes. I understand that. But we can't gamble or tax our way to prosperity. My wife and I did significant research on where to build our house. About a year ago, last month, we settled into our new home, which would be 6 blocks from this casino. If I wanted to build next to a casino, I would have built next to Prairie Meadows, would have built next to Emmett, or would have built next to Osceola. I'm not anti-gambling, I'm anti-gambling in my backyard. If we wanted it there, great, but we didn't want it there. Bring the type of traffic through my neighborhood. People get intoxicated at casinos and then they try and find the back way home. Back way home is going to be in front of my house with 2 small kids.
I come more from the quality of life values rather than the financial. But I spent many years in New York City working with the homeless. I worked in a homeless shelter of 953 homeless men. Many of them were homeless because of gambling. And in New York State, it's not legal to gamble. They had to go to Atlantic City or do it under the table or whatever. But they lost everything. They lost their jobs, they lost their families, they lost their homes, they lost everything. And so gambling is something that's set up for people who will lose money, and the gambling people know that. And if you look at the proposal set forth, or the presentation set forth by Wild Rose Entertainment, they said that they would put 0.5% of their adjusted gaming revenue to the city of Ankeny, which is $500,000 to $800,000. That means that they're bringing in adjusted $160 million. So people losing $160 million of what should be going to their homes and their family and their children. I chose not to live in Altoona because I know them for Adventureland, for Prairie Meadows. I don't know them for quality of life or schools or a place where we want to raise a family.
I do not want a casino. Gambling is entertainment, but it's addictive. It's devastating to families. I know some that have had lost their house because of gambling. It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week proposition that's going to put a burden on our law enforcement, our emergency responders, and the money generated is not worth the problems that it will generate.
It's important that we have the right values in our community. We selected this town because of its values and its school and its wholesomeness.
Todd's Flying Service has been in business since 1968 in Ankeny. Started airport at this location. We built our home next to the airport in 1984. It's a family business, and the proposed casino would be directly across the street on Northeast 36th. Does Ankeny have your best interest at heart by thinking that we should have another casino? Have any of you done a feasibility study on other casinos in Iowa? There are 21 casinos in Iowa now. I don't think there are many locations in Iowa that someone has to drive over an hour to reach a casino. My family and I have been tax-paying citizens since 1967, small business owners since 1968, and as you can tell, we are not in favor of another casino. In fact, very much against one being built across the street from our business and my home. Casino revenue is fake revenue. I'm quoting from someone else saying, again, I would vote no to making Ankeny a lot more fun with an industry built on personal loss. The only winners at casinos are owners and investors.
Sorry. My main concern is where is the public in all this? All too often we are left behind and we are only brought in after the fact. And it's so important that something of this magnitude not be swept under the rug and not allow the public not to be a part of this. We need to have a say. This is not a mall, this is a casino, and it's a dramatic impact on the way of life all across the board. Fire department, police department, all of this needs to be looked at and studied, and it can't be done overnight. It needs to be done by a study from you, from professionals, not from this casino, who have a vital interest in this, a vested interest in this. So I ask that you really hear what we have to say.
Really, thank you.
Growth took place without a casino. I'm married with 2 children at home. I don't want a casino, and I'm proud to say I don't want a casino. I want to confirm that the City Council will have the opportunity to vote the casino down. I would like to know the 3 council members that have not chosen to come out against the casino, what more do you need to know about a casino that will sway your vote? And at the end of the day, the one thing that I'm really concerned about, what will it take for the citizens of Ankeny to do to prove to you all this is not the right fit for our community?
I am opposed to the casino. I don't see the influence of a casino being the kind of outreach that I want my kids and their friends and stuff to.
I feel that the council members voting to proceed forward on the proposed casino was very hasty and very possibly a misled endeavor. The people in our neighborhood that I have spoken with in the last week are strongly against this community operating a casino so close to our young people and kids. We don't feel this sends the proper message to our young people. I thought our city has gone the extra mile to give our kids the very best opportunities we could afford.